So I mentioned before that we have our own Keysight 20 gigahertz oscilloscope. And when we first got it, we put it to use right away. This was new information to me. I'd never gotten this deep into HDMI, so this was really interesting to me. So I wanted to include it in the presentation. Not all HDMI cables are created equal. Even if it's the same brand, a longer one might test not as good as a shorter one, for example. So the kind of the industry standard is something called eye diagram, and this is how we this is part of one way that we judge HDMI cables. So when we shove the signal through the oscilloscope, through the HDMI cable, this eye diagram kind of gives us a snapshot of what exactly is going on with the signal as it passes through the cable. Now, I haven't dug into this quite enough yet to understand amplitude and exactly how all the math works out and stuff. I know Matt's dug into that a little bit more. He's been playing with the scope quite a bit. But what's important here to show you guys is this is the same exact cable in a 2 meter on this side, and I believe a 10 meter on this side. Same manufacturer, same cable, same everything. So when we put that signal through the oscilloscope out of the HDMI cable, what we want here is these big black sections that are nice and open. So if you look at the difference between this and this is going to cause some issues. It stays pretty open over here and over here, but this is an eye diagram. You'll see this sometimes if you read real technical specs on HDMI cables. This is one of the things that we look for is nice big empty voids here. That way the signal's passing nice and clean and it stays nice and stable. If things start touching over here, especially, actually I didn't take a screenshot of it, I should have. But we tested one cable and this was completely closed. And when we ran that cable through a cable test, it failed every single time. So something happened to that cable. Either it was a manufacturing error, something wasn't lined up right, maybe one of the pins was screwed up. Hell, maybe somebody smushed the cable or put a staple through it or something, who knows. But just to give you guys an idea, when we test our own cables especially, this is the kind of stuff that we're looking for. I don't know if I should say this out loud, I don't care. We do some HDMI cable testing for other manufacturers. Sure. Because that oscilloscope's like over $100,000. So we'll have cable manufacturers send us their cables to do our testing for them. So I just wanted to show you guys this. I wish I knew a little more technical specs on it. I'll learn that in time, I think. But really the big thing that we're looking for is, are things touching? Are the signals getting screwed up? Are the ones and zeros getting mushed together or not? And having these nice open holes is a good indication.
So the good one, is that a bullet?
That's a bullet train.
That is a bullet.
It's a 2 meter versus a 10 meter passive normal copper HDMI cable.